They say if you love what you do, you never have to work a day in your life. To find out if it's true, our hosts, Kafaya Clark, Sky Rogers, and Maximus Fluffusness have gathered guests from a wide range of careers to find out if they love their jobs and why.
Order in the court, order in the court. All rise for a new edition of My Job Rocks.
Hey, Max, make sure you got all this down.
Relax. Taking things down is my thing.
Yes, Max, we can always count on you for that.
Is that one of those backhanded complimentary dillies?
Yeah, it was. Get it down.
Will you slow down, man? Jeez. How do you spell duh?
Oh, my God.
Hello, my name is Christopher Siddall, and I'm a court reporter.
Court reporters record and transcribe court proceedings, legislative assemblies, and committees, preparing transcripts for use by judges, tribunals, and quasi-judicial panels.
So, now that the interview is now in session, it's great to talk to you, Chris.
It's great to talk to you as well.
So, what's the difference between a court reporter and just a regular reporter for, like, the news?
Okay, so a reporter would be like a journalist or somebody who is editorializing or summarizing some sort of event that's taken place, which is completely different than being a court reporter. A court reporter is somebody who transcribes verbatim what's being said and then produces a final transcript.
So you're the one who does the super fast typing?
It's a stenographic machine that I use. It's a shorthand machine, and it uses a special theory that requires special training in order to learn how to use it, and then it requires on-the-job training and practice in order to get fast enough.
Wow. So how long does that process take to be, I guess, ready?
So the actual theory itself takes about 6 months to learn, depending on how much time that you put to it. For me, the practice took me about 10 to 12 hours a week for a better part of 2 years.
Wow.
Until I was at the point where I could even start to begin to do this type of work.
Oh, so if I said anything, you would know what I said.
Well, if I have my equipment with me, I definitely could read it back for you if you forgot what you said.
So has it ever gotten to a point where you've just a lot of information coming in and you can't catch up, or you just...
There are definitely specific challenges related to this job. Obviously, I'm not a computer or a robot, so I have to take in the voices that I hear. And if people are talking on top of each other, then obviously that's going to be difficult to follow two people at once.
So that's one of the disadvantages to your job?
Probably the most challenging part, but there's a few other things. Difficult accents, people who don't speak loud enough, or people who speak incredibly quickly. Speed is actually the least difficult thing.
What if somebody spoke like this?
Well, I would put up my hand and I'd say, well, we're done with this guy.
Yeah. What would you say is the best part, or something you enjoy the most of it?
Things that I enjoy the most, there's a lot of variation, you know, from job to job, assignment to assignment.
It's never really the same.
There's always something new going on in terms of the people. You get to meet lots of nice people along the way. I learn a lot of different subject matters, things that I wouldn't have exposure to otherwise as a result of being involved in things like intellectual property litigation and different types of, trademarks, matters and so forth.
So at the same time, you're still constantly learning.
Absolutely. That's part of one of the things that drew me to this particular type of work was the opportunity to be exposed to different types of aspects of life that I wouldn't normally be able to get that opportunity for. Different things
You need fingers for this job?
You need a couple fingers at least.
Yeah.
However, technology is changing and there's definitely opportunities for the fingerless, as it were.
What courses in high school would you recommend for a student to take that might benefit them?
You definitely would want to have a strong English foundation. It is possible to do this job with English being as a second language. However, it's primarily English as your first language because of the level of difficulty required. However, that isn't to say that it isn't possible, but having a strong foundation in English. So if you're in high school, definitely English.
Is there any misconceptions? So people are like, oh yeah, you're a court reporter. Do you do this? Or...
Absolutely. I'd say a number one misconception would probably be that all jobs are exciting or that there's a lot of interesting things that I am exposed to. I did a job recently in Edmonton. The subject matter was drywall.
So would you want to I guess, branch out and do other type of court cases?
Absolutely, I'm always open to new opportunities. There are other things that are not necessarily court cases. The word court reporter or the name of court reporter gives that impression, but it's generally, that's just, it's a skill set and can be applied to other things, whether it be a hearing, a tribunal, whether it be a CART, which is another type of court reporting application, computer-aided real-time translation, which is basically the short way of saying it's for somebody who's an advanced note taker. Let's say, for example, if you're in a university and you have hearing difficulties and you require somebody to help you with taking notes, there can be a court reporter who can be put in beside you while you're in class, lecture, whatever, and they're providing you with real time on a screen the words that are being said in front of them, and then providing them with notes at the end of the class sometimes.
So there's a lot of different areas that you could branch out into.
There's absolutely a lot of areas. If you're interested in the law or in medicine or in criminal fields, you're gonna do well there, especially television. Live television captioning is done primarily by court reporters, stenographic court reporters in particular.
Let's sidetrack for a second. How tall are you?
Take a guess. What do you think? That's all I say. I always make people guess.
I go like, what, 6'5" or something?
6'7". Good.
6'7", ooh, 2 off.
Oh, so you think you're better than me?
A little taller, a little better. Well, no.
Because I can take you. I can take you. You want a shot at the title? Is that what you're getting at? You want a piece of the Maximus?
I think you just matched your hair to my shirt today for some reason, because, you know, you knew I was coming.
So is there any words of advice or encouragement?
There's a lot of different opportunities within the court reporting field that don't necessarily strictly require you to be in a courtroom. As well, the skills can be learned independently, and it's one of these things that you can do in your own time, in your free time, in order to advance yourself. And honestly, at 17, 18 years old, you absolutely could become a court reporter. And I know I do work with reporters who have started this immediately out of high school or just around the time.
So you can start right now. There's no excuse.
No excuse. Yeah. It just takes time and it just takes effort. It's like learning a language. That's what the theory is. Or basically, it's just a short form way of being able to transcribe what people are saying using your hands, using a machine. It's very simple. It's just rules. And you just follow those rules and you just practice, and like learning an instrument, it's very similar in that respect.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much for talking
pleasure.
with us today.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of information.
There's a lot of information, and if anybody's interested, they can absolutely Google court reporting, CCVS, or any of those other types of things, and they'll find
lots of information.
Absolutely.
Take it, Sky.
Here are some traits that can help you determine if becoming a court reporter is right for you. You need to be a good listener, quick and accurate, have excellent English, be confident, patient, punctual, and have strong keyboard skills.
Hey, Max, can you read the earlier notes from the interview?
Yeah, let's see. It says, Kafai's a poo-poo head. Kafai's a bigger poo-poo head than the biggest poo-poo head in the world.
Come here.
Hey, stop.
Whoop.
My name is Christopher Miles Siddall. I'm a court reporter, and my job rocks.